Welcome to the Social Slice Podcast. My name is Alesia Henley.
And my name is Noble Crawford.
Social Slice gives you a slice of marketing, branding, and social strategy.
From some of the top influencers in the business, we dive into the best practices, tools, and tips
to help you connect, engage, and grow your brand. Grab your slice. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Social Slice Podcast. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy about season 3. Man, Finally. And guess what? Me and Noble are in the same city at the same time together. So here we are doing a show for you all. We're so happy to be back. I'm excited. Noble, where you been, man?
Hey, I've been in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I told you.
ISE, yep.
So how did that go?
There.
How was Amsterdam? Was it cold?
It was cold. It was very cold. I'm glad to be back home.
Yeah.
but it was nice too. It was a lot of cool stuff to see out there. It's my first time. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, that's good. How was the trade show floor? I heard that's a big space.
So it's ridiculous. It's huge. And they set a record at over 80,000 plus folks this year, something crazy. So day one for me was a challenge.
Yeah.
So day one was a challenge. It was my first time going there. So there's, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So I just didn't know that, I should have went to the currency exchange early and exchanged the U.S. dollars for euros. And so when I got to the trade show, we went straight from the airport.
Right.
We had our bags with us and everything. We said we'll just check our bags at the luggage check and just go on through the trade show. And I got there and I had American cash on me and I had a Discover card. And I had read somewhere before I left, don't use the currency exchange at the airport because it's the most expensive. So I figured, well, we'll just do it when we get down to the trade show. Well, at ISE, there's no currency exchange. So silly me, my wife and I, we get in line to check our bags. And, the lady says, so-and-so euros. And I said, well, okay, well, you can give me euros back. And I tried to give her a 20, and she was looking at me like, what's that? And I wasn't thinking, okay, yeah, it's not America. They're not going to take my 20. So she said, well, you need euros. So I handed her a Discover card. She said, you can use a card. So I gave her a Discover card. She was like, what is that? I was like, it's a credit card. She said, well, we don't take that. I was like, oh, man, because that was the only card that I brought.
Right.
And I figured everybody took it because I had called the hotel in advance, and they said that was cool. And I had talked to the credit card company before I left, and they said it's cool. So I just didn't know. And so we're stuck at ISE day one, or the first day that we got there, and we have all these bags come straight from the airport, and we can't check our bags.
So were you walking around with all your luggage or what? Through the trade show?
So, hell no. No. So we were like, okay, let's figure this out. So we went to grab a seat. I said, look, I'm going to run across the street, and I'm going to find a currency exchange, get some euros. I'll be right back. 40 minutes and probably a mile plus later, at this whole block across the street, I must have hit 8 shops, no currency exchange. I wasn't even remotely close to one. Get back to the convention center. By this time, my wife's getting kind of ticked at me. You should have knew this before we got here. So get back to the convention center. I'm tired. I'm cold. She's worn out. And jet lag too because of the flight. The flight was ridiculously long.
What's the time difference?
The time difference was 7 hours.
Okay.
So they're 7 hours ahead of us in Texas. And the flight itself was crazy. It was like 7-8 hours. Wow. So we were tired. We were, for all practical purposes, we were broke because we didn't have any euros. Right. And we had all this stuff. So I said, okay, I'm going to go get us something to eat in the food court. So I go up there thinking I'm going to pay it with American cash. Nope. Not going to do it. Discover card? Nope. We won't take it. So now we're hungry, tired. My wife's pissed off at me. So we're just going to go check in, right? We're going to go to the hotel. We're going to check in. So we were going to leave the convention center. We took the shuttle from the airport over because they got the free shuttle running. So we found out the return shuttle to the airport didn't start until 3. Oh, it's 12:30. So now,
you have to stick around for a while.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, let's catch a cab. So we went to the area where the cabs pull up. No cabs. We're waiting. It's cold. No cabs. No cabs. So we went back in, and they had this little cab sign thing. It has some terminology in Dutch and then English, but the English is not English that I'm accustomed to.
Right.
So I'm trying to run the current version on my phone to see how much is a cab when they do show up. And based on what I can figure out, it was like $55.
Right.
I was like, I'm not spending $55 on a cab and I just got here for free. I was like, and my wife's mad because I was being cheap. But I was like, no, really. And so anyway, so long story short, we finally got back to the hotel, got checked in. Come to find out, they do take Discover Card in Amsterdam. Discover and Diners Club are the same company.
Okay.
They don't know it as Discover, they know it as Diners Club. And so once everybody figured out, yes, you're going to take my Discover Card because it's Diners Club, we were just charging up everything. Really too much. And so day one was crazy. After that, it was all good.
But it's a 4-day show, right? So after you got through the rough patch,
yeah. So after that, everything's all good. I mean, what's unique about that show? I think one is bigger than Infocom, which up to this point, Infocom was the biggest one I had been to. Infocom and then NAB,
right.
Slightly different show. But there's a lot more and a lot more unique stuff there.
Cool.
And so yeah, it's a must attend type of deal. Make sure you do the currency exchange, have some euros on you, and then a tip in case anybody from ISE catches this, or Infocom for that matter, with a global trade show. Like, to me, have a currency exchange in the trade show building. Like, that's a customer service thing. Like, that to me is an awesome idea.
Would have made this first day experience a little bit better if you had that exchange in the center.
But other than that, Amsterdam is gorgeous, it's beautiful.
Okay, so before we move on from Integrated Systems Europe, which is ISE, what was the coolest piece of technology you saw?
I don't even know what it's called. It was so cool. I would have to say it's probably comparable to like a holographic. I wish I had some pictures.
Was it that I saw a video of something and it was like a holographic and it had a behind the surface it had like these brown balls on it.
Yep, I think Ray did a good job of covering the show.
Yeah. I really enjoyed their videos that they did.
Yeah, because they were all over the place. Like literally, their people were running all over the place.
The Rave Squad is deep. The Rave Squad is very deep.
Yeah, I had no idea, but they were churning out videos, and
that's how I kept
he
up
captured.
with it.
And I think he's got one of the one I'm talking about. So definitely check those out.
That's how I kept up with the show. Rave, of course. Another our friend Tim Albright, AV Nation, and just following the hashtag, like I talked about last week. Following that hashtag, even if you're not at an event. Following the hashtag, it's kind of like you're there, like you're running into your buddies in the hallway or whatever and seeing all the cool technology too. So that was cool. And
follow the hashtag, especially if you get stuck out on day one.
That's how you kept up with the show floor.
That's what I did when I was stuck out. So
cool.
So that was good stuff. So but I'm happy to be back in the warm weather and ready for the next show.
Yeah, Texas weather's nice right now. Finally,
I'm telling you.
I was tired of the cold. But right now, like I said, me and Noble are in the same place at the same time.
Which is rare.
Very rare. I think the last time it was Infocom.
Yeah, Infocom last year.
When we launched. Yep. So, I mean, it's like, reunited, and it feels so good. Right. But we're in Houston, right? My city. Yeah. Everybody's in Houston, and I'm happy about it. We are at the PSNI Supersummit.
That's right. And yours truly got on the big stage today, did her thing. So, congratulations.
Thanks. I had a good time. That was a good panel.
So tell us a little bit about the panel and what it was about and kind of what y'all discussed.
Yeah, the panel was basically about end users, right? So the PSNI affiliates, the members of this affiliation are mostly integrators. So they wanted a different perspective from end users on how to build relationships and engage and better their ROI and learning from the end users on what we actually want. So it was a discussion. We got to tell them what we want, and I feel it was valuable for them at the end of the day. So it's a lot of great panels. I was excited to be a part of it. This is my first time at the Super Summit, so it's pretty cool.
Yep, and I tell you what, Twitter was going off, and a lot of the integrators were super thrilled to hear from the end user community, and especially knowing what you guys want from the integrators.
Right. I mean, when we all got off of stage, it was people right there like, oh, thank you, thank you for, taking the time to do this, and you know, it was valuable, and that's really what it's about, right? Valuable content. That's what we're all about. So I was glad to be a part of it. And this is a good show because PSNI is offering value for their affiliates and all their members, and that's a great thing. You know, not too many people are doing that and doing it at this level of expertise and putting on events like this. So very impressive, very impressive.
And special shout out to PSNI too for allowing us to film here and giving us a little quiet space to do our thing. So we appreciate that. And if you didn't catch the last episode that Alesia put out, she's giving you some tips and tricks on how to use Twitter in the event space and how to leverage Twitter to you know, develop relationships, to build your Twitter following, and so definitely go back and check that out. But then today you had mentioned something to me when we were talking before the show started about Instagram stories.
Yeah, because I mean, Twitter's my thing. Everybody knows Twitter's my thing. You know, every season we're talking about Twitter because
Twitter, the Smooth Factor, by the way.
Yeah, that's right, at the Smooth Factor. But I'm on almost every platform except Snapchat. I haven't figured out how to work it yet. But Instagram stories is my thing on Instagram because it's more than a picture. You know what I'm saying? You can do video, you can do text, you can do a photo, you can do so many things in this story, and that's why I really love it because it's called Instagram Stories. You can get behind it and really tell a story. So that's another useful thing that I use at events because I could just be walking up the hallway like, hey, what's going on? And then I can show you panels. I can take a picture with my friends, you know. That's another tool that I use at events that brings it all full circle just because a lot of my followers that are on Instagram aren't my followers on Twitter.
Right.
So I have to try to balance that out. Yes, I love Twitter, and I'll flood it all day, and I'm like, man, I didn't do anything on Instagram. And I can easily get on there and do an Instagram story and, you know, shed some light on what I'm doing.
So as far as like the Instagram stories go, the people that are following you there, would you say that that's the demographic is a little bit different, or is it just bleed over from some of the people in the Twitter space, or how are you seeing that?
It's a mixture of both. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely some bleed over from Twitter because I post there, like, hey, follow me on Instagram or whatever. But there's a specific group of people there that are connected to me on Instagram just by hashtags.
Okay.
You know, whether it's AV tweets or audio and visuals or digital media, you get followers from hashtags from so many different industries and avenues, and they all watch your stories. Now, the cool thing about stories is you can add your location on there, and people from whatever location you put in can watch it. So say I put Houston, Texas on a story today, and I had maybe 60 people that were just looking at Houston, the Houston location videos.
Right. Okay.
Including all of my followers as well. So you can add hashtags in a story, and you can follow it that way. So it's pretty cool. They have a lot of cool features that I like in the stories.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. I dabble in Instagram stories a little bit, but yeah, I definitely know that with the, you know, Facebook being at the helm right there, you're not gonna go wrong with the the Instagram stories.
I like Instagram stories. It's a cool tool to use for events. Like I said, I could just pull it up, do a quick story, and get it done. Instead of writing whatever it is now, 140 characters or 200 now, 240 now. So it's a little bit quicker. And I do video on Twitter, try to do the video on Instagram, and keep it consistent on both platforms. So that's cool.
I like it. So we got. We talked about ISE, PSNI, Instagram stories. What's up next? You know what? We'll just kick a shout out to the sponsors real quick.
Yes, of course. Of course. Man, I'm excited about our newest sponsor because I know everybody's not in our industry in audio and visuals. We have a lot of tech people. We have a lot of social media people who are a part of our audience. But Peerless AV is like one of the biggest brands in audio and visual world. And they have just joined us as a sponsor, an official sponsor. So we really appreciate you all, Peerless. We will see you in Vegas at the party. So
the DSC.
Peerless does some great parties as well as make some great products. So we're excited to have them on sponsoring us. So shout out to them. If you're not following them on Twitter, you should do that because they're on Twitter and they're on Instagram. They do Instagram stories.
Nice. So definitely follow Peerless. Peerless Peerless-AV or Peerless AV on Twitter?
It's Peerless AV on Twitter.
Peerless AV on Twitter, and then catch them on Instagram as well.
Yep.
Big shout out. Appreciate you guys for supporting us for season 3.
Yep.
We love what you guys are doing. Look forward, like Alesia said, to the next party in Vegas. We'll be in attendance there. And speaking of events, I wanted to bring up something that, we were talking about pre-show a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a little bit interesting, and that is talking about speakers at events and how they capture the audience or how they present on stage and that sort of thing. Now, we'll let the folks in on a little secret. We're going to be speaking at an event coming up. We won't say which one yet, but pretty soon we'll both be speaking at an event. But one of the things I think about is when I'm watching speakers, how they come out. That first 2 minutes, how they come out. And do they grab your attention right out of the gate and capture you and hold you through the duration of of their speech.
Right.
And so we have a lot of great speakers and presenters in our industry, like no doubt. But one thing that I don't see very often is people coming out and doing something different than everybody else.
Right.
And so, I've been to some other conference events and things where people will make a statement by what they wear. I've seen a guy, he wears red shoes. That's what he's known for. And when he comes out, you're gonna know he's cracks jokes and he's in his red shoes. I've seen another gentleman in the marketing conference. He wears an orange jacket, and that's kind of what he's known for. But as you and I get ready to prepare ourselves to do some presenting later on in the year, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about, hey, what can I do to really capture the audience's attention right out of the gate? And of course, the content I deliver after that has to be on point, to keep them invested in it. But I'm thinking about, should I drop a rap? I was a dancer back in the day, so I could move a little bit.
You get out there and break dance or something?
Hey, I don't know. So, but I'm trying to think, like, what can I do that's different? I can't sing, but, I can spit a few verses or whatever. And so I'm trying to think, like, what's something different that would be unique in our space that you just don't see that much?
You know who is not in AV, but he knows about AV. He spoke at Social Media Marketing World. Brian Fanzo.
Okay.
I haven't seen him live, but I've watched all of his keynotes on like Twitter and stuff that he put out, and his website is very cool because most of his speeches and presentations, you can find some video form of it on his website. And every time I watch him, he has some cool content. For every show, it's different. Where he has this picture of him, like actual mugshots of himself with what he's talking about.
Nice.
Yeah, he always does some cool content, but it's always back to AV. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool.
Okay, got it.
The content he uses is very engaging. So shout out to Fanzo because I like that guy. I like what he does. We're gonna have to have him on the social slides.
Awesome. Yeah,
we're gonna have to make that happen. But he's definitely one person that stands out when it comes to engaging and capturing the audience right off the bat because he always does something different.
That's good. I'm gonna have to check him out. I haven't seen him at work on stage, but I will definitely
his website.
Check him out.
His website's got some cool stuff on there, and that's part of the reason why I went to his website to see how he kicks off his notes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So maybe I could take a little bit of stuff from AV. I could take a little bit of stuff from my friends in marketing, and just kind of pull from everybody and get inspiration on how to kick off these keynotes. Because when you're speaking by yourself, it's different from being on a panel discussion, right? It's like I was on a panel discussion today, and it was pretty much a conversation. When you're up there by yourself, the conversation is strictly you and the audience, opposed to a panel session. So, like you said, engaging right away is something that's very important because you want to keep it at an all-time high. That's a good.
All right.
I'm gonna have to come to your session and see this break dance.
Hey, come to the set. I'm not gonna be wearing. I'm not wearing a lime green suit or anything, but I'm gonna do something.
All right.
That's gonna get your attention, and then we're gonna bring it. So cool. Looking forward to that. And that I think that's pretty much it for this week. We just want to
We gotta talk about Videxio.
You're right.
Y'all have been with us from day one. Day one, Videxio, and I'm telling you, we really appreciate you. The software is good for what we do on podcasting. It's not just for video conferencing, there's so many ways you can use the software now, right? And what Videxio presents and provides for us with the service has been exceptional so far. So we really appreciate you all sticking with us from day one. we was just getting it off the ground
Yep.
and getting it going, and it's been a fun ride. So we appreciate you all through all 3 seasons, you know, and for more to come. So thank y'all.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely we're using it, I think, in a way that's unique.
Yep.
Outside of the traditional use of it.
Right.
And so, but it's been very helpful. Just the ability to not only bring all of the guests onto the show via video, but we've also been able to record those to post them later to YouTube. They have some other built-in functions for streaming and stuff that we look forward to taking advantage of. And so just an absolutely phenomenal piece of software. And it definitely worth looking into. So yes, we definitely
shout out to Videxio. We love
Absolutely. All right. Well, anything else?
Let's go have some drinks, man.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it.
But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Like I said, me and Noble haven't been in the same space since Infocom, which is coming back around. So we'll keep you posted on that because we got some big news with that. But until next time, my friends, we'll see you all next week.
Thanks for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Jump on over to iTunes to leave a rating and review. This will help us improve our ranking and grow our brand. We appreciate your feedback.
Also, be sure to check out the show notes on socialslice.io, where you can link to all the resources mentioned in today's episode.
Want to join us on the show? Or you have an idea about a future topic? Follow us on Twitter at Social Slice Show or Facebook at Social Slice.
Tune in next week as we bring you more tools, tips, and strategies to help you connect, engage, and grow your brand.